He regretted ever telling her that. If he hadn't, he wouldn't be sitting on the side of the road, hopelessly lost and paranoid about attacks from wild animals. He came from the city land of New York. The scariest thing he was used to facing was a hungry squirrel, or occasionally a slightly bloated rat. Magneto was asleep on his back seat, snoring away and drooling on the leather, completely oblivious to any threat to his well-being. He'd snoozed throughout most of the drive down, and today had been no exception. If a bear attacked, he'd be of no help. Jaden didn't know how people could live like this. He liked knowing everything he could want was within walking distance, if not a 15-minute car or subway ride. How could people live so far removed from civilization? There weren't even signs out here. He literally had no idea where he was. As he stared ahead, contemplating other people's life choices, he watched 3 deer emerge from the woods and slowly cross the road. He'd never seen a deer in person before. Okay, maybe that's a little cool, he said. Magneto snoozed on. He snored like a chainsaw, and sometimes when he sighed, his jowls flared out and fluttered a little. Jaden wasn't going to lie. He loved Magneto more than he ever loved Drew. Magneto literally bit Drew on the ass on his way out. Smiling fondly at the memory, he pulled back onto what accounted for a road out here and drove. And drove. Still driving. He had less than a quarter tank of gas left. He watched the arrow get lower, edging down, and there it was. The car steadily slowed, and then they were sitting on the shoulder of the road in the middle of nowhere with no gas and the nearest person probably 500,000 miles away. Well, this sucks. Magneto, who stirred during Jaden's begging of the car to keep magically going, licked the side of his face and proceeded to pant hotly in his ear and over his neck. It was pretty gross. Gee, thanks. He reached into his dash, plucking the packet of wipes he kept there for just such occasions from its depths. He scrubbed away Magneto's slobber. Magneto barked. How do you feel about walking? He asked Magneto seriously. Magneto laid down on the back seat and covered his eyes with his paws. Yeah, that's what I figured. The weather app on his phone had called for a balmy temperature of 99 degrees today, proving that Florida truly was hell on earth. It was May. Had it not heard of spring? He was forced to open the doors to allow in humid air. It was akin to being in a steam room at the gym, except there were no naked guys and air conditioning wasn't a room away. And he couldn't forget the risk of bears. Time to call for help and explain to the 911 operator he was an idiot. It wasn't until they asked for his location that he realized just how fucked he was, because he had no idea. He didn't even know the name of the road. Highway 28? 47? 79? How was he supposed to know? Can you track my phone? He asked. He got out of the car, looking all around for any road signs. There were none. I'm not from around here. He didn't think operators were supposed to sigh at people in distress. So sorry to put you out. He rolled his blue eyes. Not just at her, but at the situation in general. He had a one-way ticket to Trainwreckville, and he was barreling along at a jaunty pace. The sound of an approaching vehicle reached him, and he turned to see a car coming closer at a steady clip. He interrupted the operator to say, There's a car coming. I'm going to see if they'll stop. Can you stay on the line in case this goes south? If he wound up brutally murdered on the side of the highway, he'd like to make it easier for the cops to find his killer. The operator sighed again in his ear. You watch a lot of TV? She asked. Jaden waved his free hand, trying to get the attention of the oncoming car. I do, he answered, wondering if it was a good idea to step closer to the road. What were the odds the car would accidentally hit him? A CSI fan? Jaden opted to stay beside his car and hope his hand-waving was enough of a signal for help. More of an NCIS fan, he told her. And Criminal Minds, that's a good one. She muttered something and he didn't catch it, but he was willing to bet it was unflattering. I watch the news too, he said defensively, and that's not fictional. He had a healthy dose of fear for the world and the people in it, especially